guys, so I wasn't going to post a VIB sale recommendations video, but I had a couple of requests come in and then I put a poll up and the majority of you really wanted to see this video anyway. Obviously, it's a really weird time to be shopping and especially shopping a sale. I hope that you guys feel empowered by the information in this video to make a better purchasing decision and not to make like an unnecessary purchase. I really don't want to endorse like that kind of behavior right now. So instead, I just want to do like a very relaxed, off the cuff sort of video, especially because one, I wasn't going to do this video, and two, it's about like 6 p.m. All of my light is pretty much gone, but it was definitely like, it's either you film this video now, Amanda, or you just don't film it. I have a little bit of wine. I have some products that I want to talk about. So then, my friends, so first, let's talk about the Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation from Shiseido. I haven't really revisited and talked too much about this product since I did a review on it about 6 months ago. I very, very much enjoy this foundation. It is really one of those foundations that when you are applying it over onto the skin, you can visibly see it kind of airbrushing over the skin. It has about a medium coverage, so it's giving you significant coverage, but just the way it glides over your texture, if you have pimples, it's kind of amazing to see the way that it kind of just glides over the skin. If you guys are at all familiar with my channel, the way that product looks on the skin is incredibly important to me. And the fact that this just gives the skin such a creamy look, very airbrushed look without looking like a lot of makeup. One thing that I will always appreciate about this product. It also wears really well on me throughout the day. I can definitely see why they would call it a self-refreshing foundation because I never find that it settles into any of the dryness on my skin that I might get throughout the day. If you're wearing it like 9 hours in, maybe it'll start to look heavy. Honestly, I just find myself being really impressed with this foundation whenever I wear it. It's the one I'm wearing on my skin today. If you were not impressed with the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, I think that you will like this one more. This was exactly the formula that I was expecting from that one. This to me is what I wanted that product to be. So I also just did a review on my channel on my favorite under eye concealers for dry dark circles, and I mentioned the Kosas Revealer Concealer. So I've already talked about this a few times on my channel, but I had to talk about it one more time. It is incredibly rare for me to be so impressed and be reaching for this nearly every time I wear makeup over my Maybelline Fit Me. That to me is actually kind of unheard of. This concealer just really gets it right. And it's one of those concealers that I always mention in my videos. I like to let my concealer set a little bit and then blend it out to give me the most amount of coverage, especially with the Maybelline Fit Me, because that one does have a little bit less coverage than this one. This is definitely more of a medium to full coverage. So because this has more coverage, I don't feel the need to let it set and then blend it out. If you did, you would get even more coverage. So that number one makes it a little bit more fast for me everyday makeup routine. And second, I'm just blown away. Every time I wear this, my under eyes look hydrated, but it's brightened enough. This kind of sets on its own. It is a shame that some of the shades were kind of weirdly formulated. Next, so I'm not actually sure if I've talked about the Buxom Wanderlust blushes, but I'm a big fan. I only have one shade, which is the shade Dolly, and it's what is on my cheeks today. Notice real quick how it looks in the pan and then how it actually looks on the cheeks. It's way more peachy on the cheeks than it is in the pan, so do keep that in mind. This I think is one of the first Buxom products that I've been super impressed with. I'm not a huge fan of their pumping lip glosses. I know those are like a cult favorite, and to be honest, some of their other products just haven't intrigued me, but when I ended up trying this, it was really something special. I still think that there are a lot of brands that just come out with products and it feels like filler. You know, the market is so saturated at this point that it takes a lot to impress me. It really gives the cheeks such a healthy look to them. By the way, I'm not wearing any highlight, and all of that sheen is from the blush, but when you look at it on the skin, it doesn't read as if you have a sheeny blush on, and it isn't a blush topper either. It does such a good job of making the cheeks look super fresh, washes out over the skin in such a pretty way. But these are also quite pigmented, but they're still incredibly blendable while being so pigmented. And you can see in the demo as well, I immediately went in with a little bit too much blush today, but I was still like, oh, that took a lot less blending than another blush might to just kind of work it out. I think the shade Dolly is such a perfect everyday shade as well. And I also find that the formula lasts a really long time. If you're one of those people that just finds that throughout the day your blush never lasts, I would highly recommend this one. If you are someone like me with dry skin and you might typically just get a cream blush and wear that, if for some reason you wanted to incorporate a powder product into your routine, I am incredibly impressed with this blush. I think it's really nice. Should we talk about Rowan? So a lot of you guys asked for some swatches of the Rowan eyeshadows that I have, so I figured I might as well incorporate it into this video. I am wearing the 52 degree palette on my eyes today. Like a quick Rowan overview, like my whole feelings about the palettes and why they're included in this video, because obviously I do recommend them. So I first tried out the 75 degree palette from Rowan, and I actually wasn't necessarily impressed with it, partially because I don't think the shades called to me. To reach for a palette, I have to be inspired by the colors, and I just don't think that those colors are what I typically go after. And then I also tried the Disco single, and I also wasn't really a fan of that. For some reason, I decided, hey, let's give it one more try, and I picked up the 52 degree palette, and I am so glad that I finally did. Here's the deal with the formula. Typically what I think Rowan does is that they include 3 shadows that are really good at kind of defining the eye or giving the eye color, and then they include one that's more of a topper. This topper formula is very textured, so it's not one that I would typically use for every day. It definitely has like a flakiness to it that looks gorgeous, but just to me is a little bit too heavy on the eyes for an everyday sort of look. But these shades, these more creamy, other like outlying shades, are just really gorgeous cream eyeshadows. And in general, Rowan's done something very different with their formula. I did go more into detail about what I think about the formula when I reviewed the 1111 palette, which if you are looking for like a perfect springtime cream eyeshadow palette, I mean, it's right here. This I've been super impressed with the 1111 palette. I think Rowan is doing a really good job at creating palettes with interesting colors, formulas that work well together within a look. So they really know what they're doing with picking the textures for the colors and how it's all going to work together. They're not the most like long wearing, crease resistant sort of shadows, and I've talked about that before. But if you like playing with color and texture, if you want like really creamy, undone sort of looks like the one that I have today, these shadows will get you there very easily, and it looks like you did a lot more and you knew what you were doing a lot more than maybe you actually did. But anyway, I really enjoy these. Next, let's talk about what was on my lips. I am so glad that I tried this out and reviewed this, because since I have tried this out, I've just been incredibly impressed with the formula. This is the Dior Stellar Attic Lip Gloss. It's the only thing that I have on my lips today. I don't have any other sort of liner. Let me give you the 3 reasons why I really enjoy this product. So number 1, texture-wise, this just feels like a balm. So balmy, so thin, so comforting. Dior does mention that this is going to nourish your lips as you continue to wear it. That, to me, that's the truth, because whenever I wear this, my lips feel really soft after I take it off. To be honest, I don't really find myself taking it off, which to me, if you're like me, that's a sign of a good lip product, a lip product that you just naturally like to wear. You don't really notice it's there. This one just to me feels like a balm. Secondly, I feel like it makes my lips look bigger without a ton of shine, and that's a really nice balance too, because to be honest, I don't always want a ton of shine on my lips. For example, with a look like this, I kind of want the eyes to be the star of the show, but I want my lips to just have that slight sort of subtle sheen to them. And this really does it. It gives you the definition with the amount of pigmentation that they chose, which by the way is perfect. And then it just makes the lips look juicy and healthy without it looking like a ton of gloss. This color is also just really perfect for someone like me. And I like that there are a lot of different colors to choose from too. To me, this is very no fuss luxury lip gloss. The shades are well thought out. The way it actually looks on the lips is very sophisticated and pretty, and I just want to reach for it. I want to apply it. Another lip product that I feel the same way about is the Laneige Lip Glowy Balm. I'm almost out of this one, but the reason I wanted to mention this is because basically what I've been using as a lip primer. When my lips are feeling extra dry, I will go in with this, and on like a normal basis when I'm not wearing a lot of makeup, I will just wear this and it will nourish my lips and look pretty and healthy. But what I've really been liking is just applying a thin layer of this, doing my makeup, and then at the end of my session, my makeup session, I will go in with whatever lipstick I want to wear. So I really have been liking putting this under a lipstick, not only because it kind of keeps my lips hydrated as I continue to wear the lipstick. I prefer the finish of the lipstick when I'm wearing this under it, and it just kind of brings a softness to whatever lip look I have. My lips don't look as graphic and as clearly done as maybe just wearing a lip liner and a lipstick as we all traditionally do. So I've been liking incorporating this into my routine. So my friends, we've neared the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, definitely make sure to give the video a thumbs up. I hope that you will subscribe, and as always, especially because this was more of like a chill video, if you guys have questions about specific products, you guys know that I'm always in the comments and here to help out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.